So, one of the only wise things that my mother ever told me was to keep your friendships and tend to them and treat them as if they were gems. This is what she said, like gemstones. You need to nurture and care for them and keep them. Well, of course, I ignored her. Like, what else is new? She wasn't a reliable source necessarily. But last night, I get an out of the blue random call from this lovely gentleman that I dated. We dated in 1992. I guess you could say we dated. Yes, there was intimacy, but this like kismet that we had like overrode everything that was like intimate or whatever dating wise. So it was the minute we started talking, it was literally like we had hung up yesterday. It was like a continuation of the same you know conversation. So we met when I was doing the Lonely Hearts Club classified personal ads in the early 80s when we didn't have internet. And he responded. And the protocol was that LA Weekly like puts you in touch with each other and you make a call. And you kind of gauge like, is this like my lane with this person? But in short order, we were making trips to Palm Springs. We were exploring Hollywood, Silver Lake. He's introducing me to people, and at this point, I'm thinking, okay, you're my people, with this gentleman. And so last night, here we are. We're talking about Bela Lugosi. We're talking about movies. We're talking about television and Broadway production. He had introduced me initially to Alexis Arquette many years ago. So we're talking about Alexis. We're talking about Candy Bergen and Charlie Manson, Hollywood lore in that vein. And so, at the end of 4 hours, like we get to, well, he goes, what's your taste in music? After all that, we get around to like the normal question. And I laughed and I said, I don't know. I said, it ranges anywhere from Lords of Acid to Edie Gourmet. Well, that was it. He told me later on. And we laughed last night until I literally could not breathe. And then he was sending me links, personal stuff that I remember. And I am like choking. And this is weird because we only dated like briefly, but in this way, in this kismet kind of way, this guy became like my internal like furniture. Like, I realized, oh my God, that's the scaffolding I use. And you think, many of us, that this will just sort of always be. But then life happens, and then like 30 or 40 years happen, and then it vanishes. And that is where part two should and came in for me.